Hello and welcome to episode 90 of Comics with Stevey D. And this one, I'm going to do a little housekeeping and catch up on a few things I wanted to do that I've been thinking about. All right. My first book is The Uncanny Avengers. I showed it last time, but when in my enthusiasm to get to the next book, I wanted really to show you it's Uncanny Avengers #1, and it's a tribute issue to John Romita. And 1930, the year my dad was born, to 2023, so he made it a good long while. And then they have examples of his artwork, and he's at the drafting board and surrounded by his characters. I thought that was real cool. And what is really neat in this book, it has the famous Spider-Man I Quit cover inside. I don't own that magazine, but now I got a pretty good representation of it in a book, which I bought for $1. And there's some more of his art that he was famous for. So I missed that last time around, and I wanted to make sure I got that in. And Ultimate Marvel Team Up #16 from 2002. Spider-Man and Shang-Chi, cover art by Brian Michael Bendis. So, what's the big deal about this book? Well, it's kind of a cool cover, but it's the final issue. I try to show a bunch of first issues of books, but being that it's a final issue is kind of cool. And you got a unique art style to it. You know, pretty cool to look at. Okay, my next book is it's a Lady Death gallery, and it has Lady Death and some of her chaos people. There's a real majestic, different artists, and they're mentioned below. I'm not going to show you a bunch of them. But there's a real cool one on the back page in black and white, which is kind of cool to look at. So that's a gallery. Not bad for $1 to pick up, and it's in pretty good shape. Okay. My next book is a facsimile of Flash 123 from 1961. And it brings together Barry Allen and Jay Garrick. Okay, and it's really cool. It's called A Flash of Two Worlds. And on the splash page, they're just kind of, I'm the Flash, you're the Flash, I'm the Flash, you're not the Flash, I'm the Flash, kind of dialogue going on. And this is how I remember seeing the Flash in cartoons. I wanted to show you how he got his outfit out of a secret compartment in his ring. And there used to be a cartoon when I was a kid, animated cartoon, where it would come out like that. And so I thought that was kind of good. That was 1961, and I was watching cartoons real young. And then there's a couple other neat pictures of the Flashes, and one of the villains in here is playing a violin, and he's making the two flare there it is making the Flashes dance to his tune, which I thought was pretty cool. And but they get the best of it at the end, and I always thought it was hard to draw the Flash because you have to draw those motions and lines. Okay. My next books are fable covers to a 12-issue storyline from 151 through 162. I only need one issue, number 156. And the cover artist, I'll put the first book up in here. What drew me to Fable, and I don't have a lot of them, maybe 15, 20 at the most, are their covers. The artwork on the covers is fantastic. It's kind of like Once Upon a Time, the television series, but cover artists are Mike Buckingham and Corinne Reed, Christina Collada, and Steve Leola. And these covers are just wonderful. And I'll just take you through the assortment of them. When my grandson was there, I put a book up and he'd throw it down before anyone had a chance to look at them. So I'm taking a little more time. Sure had a good time with my grandson Leo. And this coming week, I'm going to have two other grandsons coming, Gabe and Charlie. One's going into 6th grade and one's going into preschool. So that's what Grandma and Grandpa will be enjoying a joyful life with. And these covers, just the artwork is just incredible. All those various artists. And I looked at the covers looking for trumpet covers because that's what originally drew me to Fables was a little boy sitting at the bench, a bus station bench, and waiting for a bus, and there was a trumpet beside him. And that was my first Fables, but I thought that was cool, so I noticed these and I picked them up. Here's one. I haven't read them yet. I'm waiting to get that last issue so I can read them like a novel. That's my style of reading these stories. Here's a smoky, mysterious one with a turtle's head. You know, look at the detail in this. It's hard to draw smoke. And it's steam off a coffee cup, actually. And it looks like an oil painting right there. And here's another one. They're just beautiful covers. And when I get the last issue, I'm going to take them and give them to my wife to read. She doesn't read comics very often. I've gotten her a few little dots and stuff like that. But she liked Once Upon a Time. So when I get the final issue where she can read them all, she'll probably enjoy this. And there's like Tinkerbell inside the mouth of a dinosaur, it looks like. Or some kind of monster. And they're just very neat. Just a few more to go. I showed this one in the past. And what's interesting about this story, there's only one more issue after this. I think it's 163, and that's the end of the run from 1 to 163. So this probably wraps up a whole bunch of stuff in the story. So that was cool, all those Fable covers. Now, what I was doing is I was looking back at some of my episodes that were pretty good. And if you're new to my channel, and there's 90 episodes now, and I don't expect anyone to go back and watch all 90 of them, but I thought I'd give you a little thing of featured episodes. 24 is The War Machine. This is where I do a little deep dive and go in depth about the characters a little bit. And 37 is Batman. And 16 is Captain America, which I really like that show. And Iron Man is 18. And my Halloween one, my spooky one, which was kind of fun. And my Christmas one, Halloween is 36 and Christmas is 54. Then I did one on Civil War on my 50th episode. My first episode was just a flip through a few where I was figuring out how to do this stuff, and I still don't know how, but I'm having fun, whatever I'm doing. And my space covers one, I have a couple of them, 77, and 58 is a mystery box. So you'll have fun if you look at that one. So those are featured episodes. If you're new to me and you want to see some of my good work, 90 episodes, some are better than the others, and some are pretty good, and some are bordering on very good, and some are dogs. But most of them are pretty even, and I try to be consistent in my presentations and stuff. But so with that, I want to thank everybody who's been watching, and hope you have all kinds of good luck in your collecting. And I'm anxious to get back out there again. When I go to pick up my grandkids, I got to go through Lebanon, Missouri, which is where I got those comics 3 for $1, and ended up doing 3 shows on the stack I got for like $16, you know. And so hopefully they'll have some things in that shop. So with that, happy hobbies to you, happy collecting, find the grails, find the keys, and all those great things that bring you to the hobby and people, especially people. All right, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.